I'm Tom Trento, Director of the United West, with a call to action for all patriotic Americans concerned about the increase in Islamic Jihad attacks throughout the world. As you well know by now, on March 22, 2017, 52-year-old Khalid Masood decided to go jihad and earn his way into the Muslim heaven. He achieved this glorious award by renting a car, driving it to the center of London. He was in the shadow of Big Ben. Then he pleased Allah by smashing over 40 innocent citizens, killing 4 of them, then jumping out of his crash car, running into the British Parliament, on the way stabbing an unarmed police officer to death before Masood was shot and killed by a police officer who was armed. But according to Islamic teaching, Khalid Masood had obtained the pinnacle of Islamic spirituality, indeed martyrdom, through the violent killing of his innocent enemies. Hey, folks, as crazy as this may sound, out of 1.3 billion Muslims worldwide, there are enough who believe, live, and will act just like 52-year-old Khalid Masood acted just a few days ago. Their desires to destabilize the world, destroy the West, including America and Israel. Therefore, it is essential that all patriotic Americans work ceaselessly to completely delegitimize the ideological foundation of the comprehensive system known as Islam. Now, why is this so necessary? Because these attacks that you are witnessing worldwide are simply the beginning of Islamic Jihad low-tech attacks in the West. The various propaganda publications of Qaeda, of the Islamic State, when you look at them, they're printing, they're teaching, and indeed commanding the use of low-tech attacks. They tell their Islamic warriors to get cars, get knives, get guns, get pressure cookers, get anything you can to kill the infidel and strike fear into the hearts of the crusaders. This is the new Islamic Jihad coming to a neighborhood near you. And when I refer to the source of Islamic Jihad as the system or the religion of Islam, all I'm doing, get this is important, all I'm doing is accurately and honestly articulating 1,400 years of traditional Islamic teaching. I want you to think about this. For me or any expert, to tell Muslims that their religion doesn't teach what Muhammad believed and what he taught is not only intellectually dishonest and completely academically irresponsible, but that view is totally insulting to every Quran-believing, Muhammad-following Muslim alive. Now, thank God that not every Muslim believes the total teaching of the Quran, and not every Muslim absolutely follows the teaching of Muhammad. But if Americans want to stop these low-tech Muslim attacks, we need to continue delegitimizing the ideological foundations of Islam, especially as it relates to the teaching and doctrine of jihad. If you're a freedom-loving American, we must intellectually and factually advance beyond, this is important, beyond the confusing and completely unsubstantiated comparison of Islam to Islamism. The current use of the word Islamism is more, and I want you to miss this, is more a reflection of the user's fear of indicting one of the world's so-called great religions than accurately using words, especially at a time when the inaccurate use of words causes confusion, chaos, and even death to many innocent people. You don't believe me? Check Muhammad. Check Bukhari. Check Al-Azhar. Check Qutb. Check Al-Banna. Check Qaradari. Check Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. None of these Islamic giants ever made a distinction between Islam and Islamism. So, I ask Prime Minister Theresa May, upon what Islamic authority do those who use Islamism base their position.
Will the Prime Minister agree with me that what happened was not Islamic, just as the murder of Ari Neve was not Christian, and that in fact both are perversions of religion?
I absolutely agree, and it is wrong to describe this as Islamic terrorism. It is Islamist terrorism. It is a perversion of a great faith.
In April of 2016, shortly after the Muslim attacks at the airport in Brussels, the Islamic State produced and distributed a very powerful propaganda video where they actually predicted that London will be one of the next cities attacked.
Nations of the Cross, this message is for you. Know that your options are few, so either you join Islam or pay tribute or face the war. And it's as you know, shedding your blood and displacing you from behind your back. And we will say to you what Khalid ibn al-Walid said. And we were told that there is no tastier than the Romans' blood, so we came for that. So if it was Paris yesterday and today Brussels, Allah knows where it will be tomorrow. Maybe it will be in London.
Hey, look, these guys are very, very serious, as the events of the past few days have established. And in light of this, in light of these increased jihad attacks, it is essential for all patriotic Americans to increase their efforts here in the homeland to completely delegitimize the ideological foundations, the comprehensive system, political system, a religious system, a theocratic system, a supremacist system that we know as Islam. Specifically, here's some action steps we need to do, organized as an entity, putting pressure on Congress and law enforcement. Number one, designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. De facto fait accompli, we ought to get that done. Number two, we ought to revive the Holy Land Foundation trials that resulted in 2009 in 5 convictions, 300 entities and individuals as unindicted co-conspirators need to be evaluated. More trials are needed. Number three, we need to destabilize the operational capability of CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations. When I talk activism, I'm talking smart activism, where all Americans follow the rule of law, never, ever, ever do anything illegal. We have so much capability with our First Amendment to protest CARE, to investigate CARE, to do videos on CARE, to go after their leaders, to expose their leaders. This is the kind of work we need to do. In 1991, Muslim Brotherhood published a memorandum, and in it, I quote, they said, Muslim Brotherhood said that our work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying Western civilization from within, sabotaging its miserable house, our house they're talking about, by their hands, by our hands, so that God's religion, Islam, is made victorious over all other religions. Think about that. Isn't it high time, ladies and gentlemen, who look at that flag, that red, white, and blue, and you get chills when you hear the Star-Spangled Banner? Isn't it time that we now turn this template of the Muslim Brotherhood around, and that we understand the Brotherhood is inside the wire, they're in our homeland, they're in our organizations? Isn't it time we use their plan against them to eliminate and destroy and sabotage their Islamic home by their own hands so that they are defeated in the United States of America? Indeed is time. The absolute destruction of the operational capability of the Brotherhood in America should be a primary goal for all patriotic Americans. Look, the time is right. The politics are right. The attacks are going to increase. This is a fight somebody has to take on. We have been in the lead with many others. Join with us. It is a good fight. It is a fight we can win. It is a fight we must win. It is a fight we will win by the grace of God.